Welcome to Barvember. What are bar models and why do we use them? A bar model is a picture of a problem, usually a long-worded problem like this one. And what we find is that it's much easier to solve mathematical problems when they're presented as simple pictures rather than as long-worded problems. So the exercise in Barvember is to try and generate these simple pictorial models. So we have massive long-term memories. That's how we can learn almost infinite amounts of information, all the words, all the music, all the faces, all the places that you know. But we have a very small working memory, and we use that not just for problem solving, but also for taking on new information. Now, the worded question that we've just seen is just too big for our working memory, so we need to break that down. As we break it down, line by line, we build our picture model. And when we've got our picture model, we can then solve that a step at a time, writing in new information as we solve our problem step by step. Now you can see there that we've got line by line and a step at a time. Now this is all recognizing that we have small working memory. So we're going to do our work in bite-sized chunks so we don't overload our working memory. So what exactly is Barvember? Well, it's a national bar modelling activity that runs every November, and there'll be questions every weekday, Monday to Friday. Every day I'll post those problems on your Google Classroom as a PDF file, and each will have 4 questions, getting harder from 1 through to 4. Now, some of those questions may appear very easy to you, but it's a good idea when you're starting out on bar modelling to start with those easy problems, ones that you could already solve without the bar, so you can focus on learning how to create the pictures rather than solving the maths, because you can do that anyway. There'll be 2 versions of all the questions 1 to 4. There'll be a version with bars, so there the pictorial model has been partly completed for you and partly labelled, and these are easier, and I suggest you start with these. But try and move on as quickly as possible to the examples without bars, and that'll happen at different times, question 1, 2, 3, and 4. Every day there'll be video solutions, but please have a go yourself first and use those video solutions to check your work, reflect on your work, and try and do better and improve the next day. This is what the assignment will look like in Google Classroom. So you'll see there that there's a with bar and without bar version of the task. So how do you actually do the work? Well, the key here is to draw the models. That's what we're interested in doing. So make sure that you draw them in your maths book, draw them neatly with a ruler, and make sure that that labeling is done neatly, because you're going to rely on this picture to solve the problem. So you need the picture to look neat. Do at least 1 question every day of an appropriate difficulty. And by all means, start off with question 1. Gradually work through the problems and use the video solutions to help you move through quicker. Start with the with bars question. So you have less work to do there, but try and move on to what you're going to have to do in the exam, which is to deal with questions without the bars, so blank sheet of paper. If when you've watched the video solutions, you still need a little bit of help or you can't see where you've gone wrong, then use your Cam Scanner app, use your Tiny Scanner app, take a picture of your work, send it to your teacher, and they'll be able to help you. Most of all, with Barvember running through a dark, wet, lockdown November, is to have fun learning maths. And bar modelling is really enjoyable as students find that they can solve problems that you've previously found too tricky to do. And we all enjoy making progress. Don't worry, as I say, about doing easy problems to start with, as that's the best way to learn how to build the models. And finally, make sure that you ask for help from your teacher. Now, if English isn't your first language, you'll find that you really get a lot out of these problems because they are fantastic for helping you improve the vocabulary that you need for your maths. So go and have a go at today's problems, enjoy Barvember, and get in touch if you need help.